Have you ever tried giving your cat a bath? If you have, you probably still have the scars to prove it. In fact, a recent study found that over 85% of cat owners say bath time is their biggest battle. One drop of water touches their fur, and suddenly, your sweet little angel turns into a furious ball of claws and chaos. But here's the real mystery. Why? Why do most cats act like you've unleashed the apocalypse the moment they see a bathtub? Here's what most people don't realize. It's not just drama. The reason cats hate baths is rooted in their ancient DNA, their extraordinary senses, and their unique way of seeing the world. Because to a cat, water isn't just water. It's unpredictable. It's invasive. And in their mind, it's a direct threat to their survival instincts. So if you've ever wondered why your cat completely loses its mind at bath time, stick around. Because today, we're uncovering the fascinating science and secret instincts behind one of the biggest mysteries in the feline world. Why most cats hate baths, and why, to them, it actually makes perfect sense. To understand why most cats hate baths, we have to travel back, way back, to the time when their ancestors first walked the earth. Long before they curled up on our couches, cats were desert hunters. Their ancestors, the African wildcats, who first appeared around 12 million years ago in the arid regions of the Middle East and North Africa, roamed landscapes where water was rare and often dangerous. Rivers and lakes weren't part of their world. Survival meant staying dry, silent, and clean enough to stalk prey through dust and sand. To them, water wasn't refreshing. It was a threat. Getting wet meant unpredictable cold, slippery ground, and nowhere to hide from larger predators. In that world, a soaked coat could mean losing your camouflage, your speed, your stealth, or your life. Meanwhile, their distant rivals, dogs, evolved in a completely different world. Wolves hunted near rivers, crossed streams, and used water as part of their strategy. For them, water wasn't dangerous. It was a resource. That's why dogs leap into ponds without thinking, while cats treat a single drop like poison. Over thousands of years, this difference became hardwired into their DNA. Cats never needed to adapt to water, because their ancestors survived by avoiding it. So when your cat gives you that death stare at bath time, remember, it's not just drama. It's ancient instinct. The desert still lives in their blood, but evolution is only part of the story. Because when water touches a cat's fur, something fascinating and deeply uncomfortable happens at the sensory level. For a cat, the feeling of water isn't just strange, it's overwhelming. Cats are sensory supercomputers. They have over 200 million scent receptors, whiskers that can detect the tiniest vibrations in the air, and skin so sensitive they can feel a single hair being touched. A shift in air pressure, a footstep 3 rooms away, the faint rustle of a mouse under the floorboards. They sense it all. That hyper-awareness is what makes them such precise, deadly hunters. But that same gift becomes their greatest vulnerability when they get wet. A cat's fur isn't waterproof like a dog's. Once soaked, it clings to their body like a heavy, wet blanket they never asked for. Suddenly, they feel weighed down, cold, exposed. Every drop amplifies the chaos. Icy water shocking their skin, soaked fur pulling them down with every move, unpredictable splashes from every direction. It's not just uncomfortable. It's sensory overload. Imagine wearing a thick winter coat and then jumping into a pool. Within seconds, it becomes 10 times heavier, and every movement feels slow and clumsy. You can't move the way you normally do it. You feel trapped in your own body. That's what a bath feels like to your cat. An instant loss of grace and control. Then there's what they hear. Cats can detect sound frequencies up to 64,000 Hz, nearly twice the range of human hearing. That gentle stream of water you're running? To them, it's a roaring cascade. The splash, echoing in the tub, amplified and unpredictable. The hum of the faucet, the drip on the tiles, the movement of water around them, it all blends into a wall of noise they can't escape. It's not just loud, it's overwhelming. It's chaos their brain can't filter out. But the physical discomfort is only part of their panic. What truly terrifies a cat about bath time isn't just how water feels. It's what water takes away from them. Something they value above almost everything else: control. To a cat, control isn't just a preference, it's survival. Every movement they make, every sound they hear, every inch of their territory is carefully measured. Cats are creatures of precision. They know which corner of the couch gets the afternoon sun. They've memorized the exact route from bedroom to food bowl that avoids the creaky floorboard. They've tested every surface, calculated every jump, mapped every escape route. Predictability isn't comfort, it's how they stay alive. But bath time destroys all of that. The moment you lift them toward the tub, their world falls apart. Their paws scramble for grip on slippery porcelain. The water echoes in ways they can't predict. Your hands hold them in place when every instinct screams, "Run!" They twist, they push, they claw, not at you, but at the feeling of being trapped. In their world, unpredictability means danger, and danger triggers panic. For a cat, the bathtub isn't just a bath, it's a trap. They can't run, can't climb, can't escape. Their instincts are screaming, but there's nowhere to go. That's why so many cats switch from calm to chaos in an instant. They're not being dramatic. They're reacting to a situation that, to their brain, feels like life or death. Even after the water stops, the fear lingers. They'll slink away, ears pinned back, tail low, fur still dripping. Not because they're angry at you, but because they feel humiliated and unsafe. In their mind, they just survived something they should never have to face again. So, when your cat fights bath time with everything they have, remember, they're not being difficult. They're doing exactly what their instincts tell them to do. Fight for control when everything feels like it's slipping away. But there's another reason cats resist baths so fiercely. One that has less to do with how water feels, and more to do with who they are. Because cats already have a cleaning system, one they've been perfecting since the day they were born. A cat spends up to 50% of its waking hours grooming itself. That's not vanity, that's survival. Every lick serves a purpose: removing dirt, spreading natural oils, regulating body temperature, and most importantly, maintaining their scent. Yes, their scent. Every cat has a unique chemical signature, built over days and weeks through grooming, rubbing against furniture, and marking their territory. This scent is more than just a smell, it's their identity. It tells them who they are, where they belong, and what's safe. It's proof that they exist in this space, and that they made it theirs. When you bathe a cat, you're not just cleaning them. You're erasing who they are. The soap strips away the natural oils they've carefully distributed across every inch of their fur. The water washes off the scent markers that took them weeks to build. To you, they smell fresh and clean. To them, they smell like nothing, like a stranger in their own body. Imagine spending hours perfecting something you're proud of, only to have someone undo it all in 5 minutes. That's what a bath feels like to a cat. They don't see it as help. They see it as sabotage. And the worst part? After the bath, they have to start over, regroom every inch, rebuild their scent profile from scratch, reclaim their own body. So when your cat sits in the corner after a bath, licking frantically and refusing to look at you, they're not being petty. They're rebuilding themselves. But here's where it gets interesting, because not all cats hate water. Meet the Turkish van, nicknamed the swimming cat for good reason. Native to the Lake Van region in Turkey, these cats evolved in a hot, mountainous climate, where jumping into cool water wasn't just fun, It was survival. Their semi-waterproof coat sheds water like a raincoat, and their fearless curiosity makes them natural swimmers. Some Turkish vans will literally dive into pools, bathtubs, even fish tanks if given the chance. Then there are Bengals, descendants of wild Asian leopard cats that hunted along rivers and streams. That wild ancestry shows. Many Bengals today are obsessed with running water. They'll dip their paws under faucets, chase droplets across countertops, follow you into the shower, and bat at water like it's the best toy they've ever seen. The Maine Coon, one of North America's oldest natural breeds, developed in the harsh, wet winters of New England. Their thick, oily coat repels water like a duck's feathers, which makes sense when your ancestors survived snowstorms and icy rivers. Many Maine Coons are fascinated by water. They'll submerge their entire head under a running tap, carry toys into water dishes, or sit calmly in a shallow bath like they're at a spa. But it's not just genetics. Environment plays a role too. Cats raised around water from a young age, gently introduced, never forced, never scared, can learn to tolerate or even enjoy it. Some find it soothing, especially on hot days when a cool splash feels like relief instead of a threat. So while most cats treat water like their mortal enemy, a rare few embrace it as play. But here's the catch. Even for the bravest swimmers, there's a difference between splashing in a fountain and being held down for a soapy scrub. Comfort with water doesn't mean they want a bath. Still, if you ever need to bathe a cat, whether it's a Turkish van or a terrified tabby, there's a way to do it that respects their instincts and keeps the chaos to a minimum. So what is that way? If you absolutely must bathe your cat, maybe they got into something toxic, or their fur is matted beyond brushing. Here's how to do it without turning bath time into a war zone. The first rule is simple. Don't surprise them. Remember part 3? Cats need control. The moment you grab them and carry them toward running water, you've already lost. Instead, let them explore. Leave the bathroom door open. Let them sniff the tub. Turn on the faucet at low pressure and let them hear it from a distance. Play with a damp towel near them. Make water something curious, not threatening. When it's time, close the door gently, not to trap them, but to create a calm, quiet space. No TV, no sudden sounds, just you, them, and patience. Now, the water. Fill the sink or tub before you bring them in. Cats hate unpredictability, and splashing water is chaos to their ears. Use lukewarm water, around body temperature. Remember part 2? Their skin is incredibly sensitive. Too hot or too cold, and you're adding sensory overload to an already stressful situation. Never spray water directly at them. Use a soft cloth or cup to gently wet their fur, starting from the back and shoulders. Never the face or ears. Move slowly. Speak softly. If they tense up, pause. Let them breathe. Use a cat-safe shampoo, unscented, gentle, free of harsh chemicals. Work it in carefully, avoiding their eyes and ears. And here's the key. If they start to panic, stop. Not in 5 minutes, not after you finish rinsing, right then. For cats, trust matters more than cleanliness. If they're thrashing, hissing, or freezing in fear, the bath isn't worth it. Dry them off as best you can, let them go, and try again another day. Or don't. A stressed cat will remember. And next time will be worse. After the bath, wrap them gently in a warm towel. Don't rub, pat. Let them retreat to a quiet corner if they need to. And when they start grooming themselves frantically, don't take it personally. That's not rejection. It's reassurance. It's how they calm down, rebuild their scent, and reclaim their sense of control. Let them do it. It's part of their healing. And here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Most cats will never need a full bath. Their self-cleaning system works. A damp cloth for dirty paws, a brush for loose fur, and patience for the rest. That's often all they need. So before you fill that tub, ask yourself, is this bath really necessary? Or am I doing it because I think they should smell like lavender? Because to your cat, smelling like themselves isn't dirty. It's home. So, the next time your cat bolts at the sound of running water, pause. Don't see stubbornness. Don't see defiance. See instinct. See history. You're looking at a creature shaped by millions of years of survival. An animal that learned to stay dry in deserts, to listen for danger in silence, to trust only what it can control. To you, a bath is just a bath. To them, it's everything they've spent their entire evolution avoiding. And yet, they still choose to live with us. They curl up beside us, trust us, and let us into their tiny, cautious world. Even when we do things that make no sense to them. Maybe that's the real magic of cats. Not their independence, not their mystery, but their ability to forgive us for misunderstanding them again and again. Because to a cat, water will always be chaos. But you? You're home.